I don't know if you girlies are like me that absolutely hates hormonal birth control or had such a big struggle with hormonal birth control, but I wanted to share my story. I have been on natural cycles for 1 whole year now, and I've had nothing but positive experiences with it. And I've been successfully on it for a year, which means I've avoided pregnancy. That's what it means for me. I wanted to share my story. I usually share stuff about making money online, side hustles, digital marketing, but most of my followers are women, so I did want to put this out there in case it helps anyone. I know that a lot of people don't like hormonal birth control, or it's not beneficial for them, and so I wanted to share my experience in case anybody was thinking about using natural cycles. To give you a little bit of a backstory, I started using like hormonal birth control probably 8 or 9 years ago, and I hated it. The first couple months were okay, but then I started gaining weight rapidly. I was so moody, irritable. My period symptoms would last so much longer, even though I only had my period for that 1 week while I was off of the pill. But it was just such a bad experience for me. I hated being on it. I felt like everything changed in my body after I started hormonal birth control. Another thing that would happen to me was I would break out in these welts, and I didn't correlate it to being on hormonal birth control. But now doing research and noticing that after I got off birth control, it didn't happen to me anymore, I realized that it was the hormonal birth control. So I decided that I didn't want to be on the pill anymore, and then I wanted to try the IUD. I got the Kyleena, which is the smallest one. First of all, the insertion is fucking painful. It's painful as fuck. I felt like my back had broken in half. But whatever, that was just a 1 day thing. And then I thought it was going to be a bit better for me, but it was the worst type of birth control I tried. I felt like my period symptoms they just never went away. I constantly felt like I was on my period for months on end. And my actual period would last like 10 days, which was not normal for me. I had a shorter period. So then I was just getting so sick. I continued to gain weight. The welts kept coming. Kept going on in my body. And then also I developed digestive issues which also at the time I didn't realize that it was the birth control. But after doing research and noticing that after coming off birth control, those things also stopped, I realized that the hormonal birth control was to blame. And I know that hormonal birth control doesn't affect everybody, but it was so completely horrible for me. I just did not like it at all. Then I got off birth control. I got married. We didn't want kids at that moment, but we weren't like worried. I accidentally got pregnant in 2021, and then I was just so scared to go back on hormonal birth control after getting pregnant after giving birth, because I didn't want to go on that again. I didn't want to go through all those issues again. And so I was hearing a lot about natural cycles, but I was also scared because I didn't want to get pregnant. My daughter's going to be 2, and we're still not ready to have another one. So I decided to track my cycle with natural cycles. Natural cycles, if you don't know what it is, it's you get a thermometer and it takes your basal temperature, which is a little bit different than your regular temperature. It has like 1 more decimal point. And so you take your temperature at the same time every morning, and that helps you track when you're ovulating. It helps you pinpoint when your actual ovulation happens, so you know when to avoid intercourse or stuff like that. And there's an app that has a very, very accurate algorithm, which, by the way, I had tracked with Flow previously, and Flow did not work out at all for me. It was just nothing was accurate there. And so that's why I was really scared to try natural cycles. But I have had nothing but a positive experience with natural cycles. I am so beyond happy that I found something that works for me that has no hormones. And I am so happy that I found something like this, because I didn't want to be on any type of birth control. And this has just worked wonders for me. I'm so happy. And like I said, I've been using it for exactly a year. I'll show you the proof that I started it a year ago, that I started tracking a year ago, and it's just been so great. And now I'm looking to get the Oura Ring because I've heard so many good things about that. That would be perfect, so you don't have to even worry. The Oura Ring automatically sends your basal temperature to the app so that it automatically tracks it for you. And I've been wanting it, but it's pretty expensive, so I've been holding off on it. But anyway, if any of you are interested, I have a 20% off link at the top of my page if you guys want to check it out. I just wanted to share my experience, and if any of you want to reach out to me and talk about your experience with natural cycles, definitely don't forget to give me a follow or send me a DM.